Hey, what's up everyone? It's your friend Bats. My name is Jared and this is Ultimate Spider-Man Married with Children by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Checchetto. This is the volume 1. It's a rebooted Ultimate Universe. I grew up, when I say grew up, in 2000 I was like 14 to 15 years old. When Ultimate Spider-Man first came out, it was kind of my introduction to Spider-Man comics in general. I knew Spider-Man was a comic. I was collecting comics at that time, but I wasn't into Marvel that much. I was really into like Spawn and Batman at the time. And I did love the 90s cartoon show. And so when Ultimate Spider-Man came out and it was a reboot, I was like up for it. And I didn't even jump on the bandwagon until like after, like I was working in a shop, but I wasn't buying it. I was just reading it because everyone in the shop was telling me it was good. And so I finally like settled on buying the series at like issue 7 or something, like the first Kingpin story, I think it was. And I fell in love with the series and read it all the way to the end. Into the Miles era, and I kind of fell off in the Miles era. I wasn't really into it. And so when I heard that Jonathan Hickman was going to do a Ultimate Spider-Man relaunch, I was very intrigued by the idea of like, Peter's dead, and wasn't there a story, I didn't read it, but it's like Secret Wars was the story that integrated some of the members of the Ultimate Universe, such as Miles, into the regular 616. So how are we going to go back to Ultimate? And they were selling it on Peter and Mary Jane were married, and as a Spider-Man stan, I want that. And so I was like, all right. So I went and actually bought the first issue. I actually got the J. Scott Campbell cover, and yeah, I was sold on the idea that it was in an alternate universe where Peter and Mary Jane were together and they had kids. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And when I read this first issue, what I noticed was I'm not a big like photorealistic artist fan, but I really did enjoy Marco Checchetto's art. And there was a lot of life, a lot of lived in of the world. It really, and so what was interesting to me was how this alternate universe, how alternate it was, that Ben is alive and a lot of people died, and Aunt May's the one who passed away, and they work for the Bugle. And I found that kind of interesting, that instead of Ben being the one who died, it was May in a big, company crossover event that I hadn't read at the time. I later read it, and it was okay. It wasn't really for me. And I dug how he got his powers. Like, he gets them from this Tony Stark version. And what I enjoyed about this story was how different it was to other Spider-Man stories, while also being very Spider-Man, where when I say very Spider-Man, like our supporting cast matters. And like, as I'm reading 70s Spider-Man stories, I really enjoy the pages where it cuts to Jonah Jameson or Harry or Flash or Mary Jane or any of the supporting cast. Like, they matter. And so like in this series, it's like he cuts to his kids and what they're up to. And Spider-Man, he's fun, and his villains are kind of ridiculous, and the supporting cast matters. And so, and it really was like, okay, yeah, this is, I like this a lot. And this story itself was a bit slow. However, so like when I bought 1 and 2, and I was like, I don't want to go to the shop every month for a $5 comic when I can get the collected edition for like 15 bucks online. So, and shipped to my house. So I didn't actually get it from the shop or from online. I did buy it in the shop from my favorite local comic book shop, but it's still cheaper to buy the trade than buy a monthly comic for $5 a pop. When this has 6 issues, you can do the math. But yeah, I am looking forward to getting volume 2 here soon. I know it's released, and I really, really like this series. I don't think it's gonna outdo the original Ultimate Spider-Man. There's a magic to the original Ultimate Spider-Man, and what I do like about this one is it's almost a flipped version, right? So like in 2000, Peter Parker was an adult who was married, where now in modern and in Ultimate Spider-Man, he was a kid learning to be a grown-up. And now in a flipped version, in regular Amazing Spider-Man, he's still a grown adult, but he's not married, and he's still learning how to be an adult. It's kind of very bizarre. He's like stuck in this Arrested Development stage for the last 20 years or so. And now in Ultimate Spider-Man, he's an adult who acts like an adult and has kids and has a family. And so like in ASM, he's a single loser, where this one, he's a married man going through kind of a midlife crisis kind of thing. And I really dig it. I really dig it. It kind of what works for me in this thing, and this video is going a little long, but what really works for me about this version of Ultimate Spider-Man is I kind of look at it as like in 2000, I was in high school, and now in 2005, I'm 40 years old. And 2025, I'm 40 years old, and in 2000, I was 15. And so it's almost like Ultimate Spider-Man is the Spider-Man that I am that age. So if hopefully they reboot the, Ultimate Spider-Man again in 25 years, and I'm in my 60s, and I can enjoy a 60-year-old Spider-Man. So that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.